Hello, hi, welcome. This is Fred, and for the very first time, you're watching me playing The Sims 4 on a video in English. I have to say, it's the very first time I do something like this in something that you might have noticed is not my mother tongue. So I'll try and be as understandable as possible. And so I'm going to talk about this new project I've been having playing The Sims 4. Thing is, you might have seen that I've been playing some other games on my channel, like City Skylines, Planet Coaster, but they were all in French, and I was actually commenting as I was playing along. So another thing that's new with this series on The Sims 4 is that I'm actually commenting what I've done afterwards, which I believe would be much easier for something you would do speaking in a different language. So basically, this project is quite an uncommon one, I would say, for The Sims 4. The thing is, I've not played the game for such a while. Like, I got the game when it was not exactly like just the moment it came out, but maybe a few months after it came out, and that was like already so many years ago. And then I played it for a few months, and I played it for a few months when I got it, and then there's been a gap of quite some years, and I decided I would start to play again because of what you're seeing actually right now on the screen, the platforms. When I discovered that there's these new features in the game that came out about well over a year ago now, I would say, I thought, that's becoming very interesting, and that's something I want to work with. So basically, what you're watching right now is me building some kind of studio. Like the idea behind it is to build like a TV studio, and it's basically inspired from a show that I used to watch as a kid or early teenager, quite a few years ago as well, on the Disney Channel in France. In case you were asking until now what country I might be from, so you know. Um, and on the Disney Channel, we had this show like in the late 90s, early 2000s that was called Zapping Zone, the Zapping Zone. And basically, they were like pretty young presenters, like they were, I would say, in the early mid 20s, and they were in this like very big studio that I will always remember because it was something that I had never seen on TV before, and I did, even to this day, would still look like uncommon and a bit odd, but at the same time so freaking cool. So basically, the studio in which they were presenting the show, which wasn't so much of a show itself, because it was basically a way to like have a time between different shows, like that there would be Lizzie McGuire's, all the Disney shows from back then, and basically between the time of between two episodes, like if they had 5-10 minutes or maybe 15 minutes, they would appear on screen in this studio and like play actual games with actual viewers live, and they had to find stuff and answer questions and all these kind of things, and it was pretty fun to watch, obviously. So the studio was a very great mix of different things. Like, it was at the same time a TV studio, a control room, and it looked like some kind of teenager bedroom, actually. So it fitted the Disney Channel audience perfectly, because there was like a concentration of all of these things in this show, and that's what I'm trying to reproduce there. And so the platforms are very, as I was saying, very interesting in this because the studio was full of platforms. You will see, I will put a link in the description of one or two videos I found on YouTube of the show, but it's like very rare and very difficult to find now because it's been a little while since the show stopped broadcasting or airing, as you would say in American. But yes, there was different platforms, different levels as well, some stairs, and it really was a bit of everything in terms of decoration. But decoration and furniture is not what we'll see in this first episode. Um, because I was mainly building it in this first run, as you can see, and because it was like, well, not quite the first time I was playing the game after many years, but one of the first few times. You might have noticed how I have um, struggled to do some things that would look or appear very easy to do for your regular Sims 4 YouTuber. So I guess I still have stuff to learn. The other thing I wanted to say as well is that I don't have any extension pack or any kit at the moment, and I wanted to enjoy this opportunity of this new project to ask you guys what you would believe actually would be the best first choice as an extension pack or a kit. And the interesting thing is that I saw that you have the industrial kit that came out a few days ago that would curiously fit quite nicely with the idea um, that there was like the decoration and the feeling there was in this show, like the studio of this show, because it was, as I told you, a place that was a bit of everything and quite a bit of the decoration in it truly looked like what came out in the industrial kit a few days ago. So maybe that would be an idea of what to get first, but I really want to hear your suggestions and see what else I could get. Obviously, I've been watching a lot of other videos about the Sims 4, like Sims 4 YouTubers, and there are many accounts with quite some amazing stuff, very inspirational stuff. And I've been spending like the last 6 months watching a lot of them, and it took me a while to throw myself into it, but then I thought now would be the time. I guess I was, despite struggling a bit with some things that might appear easy to do, I thought I've waited long enough to throw myself in this project. And so now, as you can see, I'm putting the upstairs walls, which basically is on only one like set of walls, because there is not really an upstairs and a downstairs for most of the place. And then I really wanted to cover it up with a roof, and the roof is like something I couldn't really decide, and I didn't really know how to work on, because it's been a while, as I told you, and this is like taken me a little time to do it. I wanted to have something simple, like pretty flat, and that's how I came up with this thing. I thought it would be okay. To be honest, the exterior of the place isn't much of a focus, and I don't think it will ever be, because I really want to focus basically on what's inside. And I know decorating the place is going to take me a while. I'm not sure if I have so much style concerning the choices I've made so far. But the thing is, what's interesting with this project is that because it's a mix of everything, as I've been saying, and the studio was a mix of everything of many different styles, then you can there's very little chance that you can make mistakes basically, because anything could go in. And the idea of this project as well, it would be to do something different than from what I've been doing with city skylines and planet coasters, at least for the first seasons of them that I have on my channel, which had predefined number of episodes and some kind of like trajectory for them, and some kind of like objective to some goals to achieve by the end of each of these series seasons. But this is not what I want to do with this one, because basically, and even though I wanted to call this like Fredo Sims story or something like this first, as I'm a big fan of Ryan Murphy's show, I thought it would be a nice inspiration. In the end, I didn't pick this because I thought this is not going to be a story. A story usually, like your regular story, you have a beginning, middle, and end, and I don't see this with like a goal or something to attain or achieve as an end. I want to go along and over time change what I want to change, and make different style choices and different colors and everything as we go along with the acquisition of the different expansion kits, or the different expansion not the different kits and the different expansion packs, sorry. The tone of the studio of the actual show was quite industrial, as I told you, and there were quite a lot of walls with bricks as far as I remember, and this is what I'm trying to reproduce there. Obviously I'm not, and you will see that if you take a look at the link I put in the description, obviously I'm not going to reproduce the studio exactly as it is, because that would be impossible. We don't have enough footage available anymore of this show, unfortunately, for me to try and reproduce and make something of an accurate representation as much as possible. And I don't think that would even be the point. I mean, I just like the idea of it, and I'm just taking the inspiration to make this. So that's pretty much what would come close to what your regular Sims 4 YouTuber calls loft, maybe. And there's been quite a lot of Sims 4 loft videos that came out recently, especially thanks to the release of the industrial kit. So this has been these videos have been inspirational as well, and that's what I'm also trying to kind of reproduce here as well. You might think I have made some very curious choices already, especially the platform where you can see some kind of bush, and basically had no like predefined or predetermined idea of having something like this, but I basically put it as I went along, and I thought, well, this looks fine or okay, I guess. That's why I just decided to go with it. But then obviously you can share your opinions in the comment section and tell me if it's terrible, if the whole thing is terrible, if the whole project is terrible. I won't mind, I'm a big boy. But obviously sensible and thoughtful comments and suggestions are more than welcome. more than welcome, especially as I said earlier about the expansion packs and the kits. Which one should I get first, and what would be helpful for the kind of thing I'm going for, and as you might know by now, with the few descriptions that I have given from what I have taken inspiration from, so that will be more than welcome. I put another bush there as well. I thought, why not have a bit of green? There's gonna be much more in future episodes, I think, but not too much either, because if I want to keep the industrial kind of feeling, um, this is not gonna work so much, because it's quite almost the opposite, to be frank, don't you think? So there's gonna be a bit of green, but not too much. And the thing is, in a regular teenage bedroom, you don't find that much plants, or well, obviously you won't find bushes. But yeah, you see what I mean. Okay. And so we're coming close to an end with this first episode I've been doing. So yeah, the first episode I really wanted to focus on building the place, putting the stairs, the different mezzanines. Well, I don't know how you pronounce that in English. I know the word exists, but I never heard it pronounced in English. The different places with the platforms and the floor above them, small floors, small areas, and then focus on the rest and decoration and furniture in the following episodes. And that's basically it for this first episode. Thank you very much for watching it. It's my very first time, so there might be some things to improve, some things I can do better. Obviously, don't hesitate to tell me what you believe, what you think in the comment section, and I will be very happy to read them and see what I can do for the future episodes of this new project, which is called Sims for Zapping Zone. Thank you very much, and see you later. Bye bye.